Watch. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. We got Dale from Ohio. Kathy's in the house. Janet's here. Nostradamus. JJ's in the house. Hope everybody is doing well. Kimberly Swanson. Good to see you. All right, guys. Friday already. I had to ask Steve earlier in a video today. I go, what's today? He goes, Friday. I'm like, okay. Hey, Lori E. How you doing? Bobby Farron. Too funny. That happens. That's what happens. Sometimes you lose track. Very warm today again. Real warm. So, hey, Katrina, how you doing today? Good to see you. Carlos, welcome. So, all right. Before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue are going to boot you out of here. Now, the children will come in and they will be stupid. Please do not engage with them. Just let my moderators take care of them. And that'll be the end of that. So we don't want to encourage them because that's what they're looking for. They're looking to get that rise. So, we can have a discussion and still be pleasant. I don't think Steve and I can. A lot of times. Oh my God! I'm going to talk about conversation that we had today. So Colbert got canceled, and now Jimmy Kimmel got canceled, right? So all of a sudden, oh my God, the left is like going crazy, right? Oh my God, it's just like Nazi Germany. It's like a dictatorship. What's going on here? Trump didn't like these guys. And one of the first things that they do when they try to gain control is they control the media. And I'm like, dude, I said to him, I go, where were you the last 4 years? Right? Where were you the last 4 years? How many times on social media that if you didn't go along with whatever the narrative that they were telling you the narrative was, you got censored, shut down, canceled, right? How many people, actors or whatever it was, radio personalities, whatever, got canceled because of what they were saying? I mean, the Democrats were doing it, and when they were doing it, it was perfectly fine. I'm sorry, Nazi Germany. Come on, let's be clear on something. Let's go back and look what happened during the pandemic, right? When you were forced, coerced, threatened if you didn't take this here, right? They tried to interview Jimmy Kimmel and he ran. That's funny, JJ. But maybe, and I've heard different things, okay? Maybe Jimmy Kimmel, just like Colbert, got canceled because all they're doing is bleeding and losing money. Maybe that's why. And the network was like, hey, I've had enough of this. We're not going to support this anymore. And maybe that's a factor in why they got canceled. You never know. I mean, I'm just saying. But it's like, with what happened during this last administration, control the media, control YouTube, control Facebook, control Instagram, and limit what people can say and all that type of stuff, right? But that was fine. That was perfectly fine. That's not them trying to control. The legacy news media, folks, are so left-leaning, it is ridiculous. You can't get an unbiased story. Now, don't get me wrong. When you go to Fox or one of those, they're very right biased. There is no channels anymore where you can go to and just get information like you would like to just get information. Give me the information. Here's a old thing that they used to do. And don't get me wrong, even back in the day, it was scripted, okay? I mean, you were given the information that they wanted to be put out in public. But a lot of times what these announcers did was they would give you the information and then let you decide what a concept that is, right? Not tell you what to think or steer it in a certain way so that one side is favored and the other side looks like a clown. And now that the shoe, Mr. Clyde, now that the shoe is on the other foot, I don't know. I never left today, Kim. Sorry. I'll look tomorrow. I never left the property today. I got caught up doing some other stuff, so I never even left. I know I was going to, and then I just didn't. So, but anyway, but I'll check tomorrow. I promise. But again, when they did it, everything was perfectly fine, and now that the shoe's on the other foot, and I'm sorry, I think that there's a big difference between spreading false information, right, and straight out lying about a situation. I mean, look at how the left tried to spin this whole thing with this assassination of Charlie Kirk. Oh, it was a mega person that did it. That made zero sense. Zero sense. Okay. Listen, I've said this before, I did not agree with everything Charlie Kirk said. All right. I don't. Never did. Okay. And that's fine. But I respected the guy because of the way he handled his business. Now, of course, the left tries to vilify him and make him look like a terrible person. What are you doing, girlie? There's Miss Bonnie. Vilify and make him look like a terrible person. But when the truth of who this guy was, right? And see, here's the best part. When you talk to somebody on the left, right? And now that, like I'll give you an example. When I was, okay, I don't know if you guys can see her nose. No, you probably can't see her nose. She got into it either with something or caught some barbed wire today. But right here on her nose, she came home and she was opened up. Because you were naughty and ran off with the puppies, didn't you? Yes. I don't think it looks like... I think it might be barbed wire. I think. I don't know 100% for sure. Okay, stop now. That's enough. I think it might be barbed wire, that got her. But when she came, and the other puppies are all fine, and there's nothing else wrong with her. So actually, what I did, we don't go to the vet, folks. Okay, we take care of things at home. So I got some Neosporin out and put it on her nose. She's gonna be fine, aren't you, baby? Yes, you're gonna be fine. So anyway, but going back to this situation with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, yeah, and people weren't out celebrating an assassination, period, right? And I'm sorry if you celebrated somebody being murdered, and then you were called out about it, and you lost your job about it. That's not on the person that called you out. That's on you for being a vile human being. Listen, there's people on the left that I cannot stand, that I don't care for at all. I don't want to see them killed. I would never want to see them killed. I would like to see them out of office. All right. I'd like to see them go away. But it's just, it's insanity. Crazy times. And it's like, it's just, well, again, like I said, the media tried to whip this up and make it look like, I mean, they even doctored a photograph. Come on, stop, guys. Seriously. What are you doing, Bon? The media even, they had doctored a shirt to make it look like he was a Trump supporter. And then they showed the original photo and then the doctored photo. So that debunked that, and then these text messages. And when I brought that up, again, me and Steve were having that discussion. And I said, well, dude, they got the text messages with him and his partner going back and forth. Well, how do you know that's true? I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. So everything that you read and everything that you see is true. But if I come back at you with something, that's not true. Well, Trump this and Trump that. And it's just like, we can't. I mean, we've been friends a long time. There's certain things him and I cannot discuss, because we are on completely opposite sides of the fence. Now, do I think Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread? Absolutely not. But the alternative would have been Harris. And that would have been a nightmare. That would have been an absolute nightmare. We'd have kept dealing with the whole DEI thing and all that crap, and the degrading of the morale and everything else. What about the school teacher showing the video of the assassination to a classroom of young kids and horrifying the children? Yeah, see, that's again, yeah, there's another one that needs to be fired immediately, because you have to, there needs to be some discretion, there needs to be some decorum. I saw one version of the video. I didn't see the video where the blood was coming out of his neck, but I did see the one video, and it sickened me. I'll be honest with you. To see somebody killed because of their thoughts or what they said, that's Nazi Germany, folks. That's Nazi Germany, right? What did they do? If you disagreed or you had a dissenting opinion, you were sent to a work camp where you probably didn't make it. So no, we're not gonna mess with any of the wires. So we're gonna go over here. Um, yeah, decorum is no longer taught, nor self-control. Yeah, no kidding. It's just, how did we get to this point? Did we spoil our children that much? Guys, we got 150 people in the chat. We got 45 thumbs up. So I'm going to ask you real quickly, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I do appreciate that. It really does make a huge, huge difference with the algorithms. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I thank you for that reason as well also. So, but yeah, like I said, again, you just can't have, unfortunately, a civil conversation with people that are so one-sided in their minds and have decided that this is what the truth is and that's it, and nothing else matters, and it's just, but like I said, I love Steve like a brother. We've been friends a long, long time, and I keep telling him, let's not discuss this. Let's just not discuss it, And then he was trying to, like I said, again, the reason that Jimmy Kimmel got canceled was because, Trump doesn't like him and Trump was hurting his feelings. So he's already gotten rid of 2 of the late night hosts. He's going to get rid of the rest. Just see, this is like Nazi Germany. And I'm like, you got to be, where were you the last 4 years when the left controlled everything? And they still control the legacy news media. So don't kid yourself that they don't. All they've done for the last 10 years is vilify Trump. Trump is the Antichrist. Trump is a Nazi. Trump is going to do this. He's going to take away this. He's going to take away those rights. And he hasn't done any of those things. So I get, come on, stop now. I get so tired of all of it. I really, really do. That was the cat that I just put down. See, Bonnie likes to hang out up here behind me. So, but I don't know. Like I said, I get so tired of it. And, we can do it and it's fine. But if you try to do it, how dare you? Yeah, his ratings were horrible because, God damn it. Oh, I'm wearing lounge pants right now. Okay. And he just jumped up and slipped and dug in to my leg. So that didn't feel good. So I apologize for swearing, but that hurt. And that's upper thigh. God, that hurt. You guys, if you saw my legs, you'd be like, what happened to his legs? I've got like scratches and scars all over them. Freaking cats. Well, they're just grabbing on. They want to climb up. So, oh man, it really did hurt. It's like throbbing right now. Yeah, that's going to be a new scar on there. Oh. And we are also not taking you to the doctor. No, I don't go to the doctor. Katrina, I don't go to the doctor. It was funny. Somebody said something. No, I know what it was. My sister, when she came down, and she says, well, do you have a doctor down here? And I go, no. And she goes, well, you don't go to the doctors? I go, no, I just don't go to the doctors. If I'm sick, I stay home. I get over it, and then I go on with my life. I don't run to the doctors every time my nose starts to run. Never have. So, Like I said, I don't take any medication, so it's not like I got to go to the doctors to get my meds updated or any of that stuff. I don't have to do any of it. So, yeah. Midway Farm said I haven't been to a doctor in 20 years. There you go. Yeah, cat claws, they grow on you. Yeah, they sure do. Yeah, that's right. I got to raise money for the hair gel. Oh, God. No, but like I said, again, and as far as like medical stuff goes, I just, nurses, we are the worst patients. I will tell you right now. When I had my surgery for my cancer, I woke up from surgery. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I said, well, I want to get up and walk. And the guy was like, what? I said, I want to get up and walk. I said, because I'm going home in the morning. And anybody who's seen my scar, is a pretty extensive scar that they opened me up pretty good. And I got up and I think I did 2 or 3 laps. I can't remember exactly anymore. What? Yes, you are a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy. He is the most loving freaking cat. I will tell you right now. With your training, you should at least get your tetanus updated. Yeah, okay, hold on to that one. Like I said, I don't do none of it. I don't do any of it. So, and I'm just fine. Stop. Behave yourself. Why are you acting like a psychopath? Huh? Relax, baby. So, but anyway, yeah, I just, like I said, I just don't go to the doctors. So that's just what I just do my thing and take care of my business. And if I get hurt, I deal with it. And I probably, I'm pretty sure I broke my foot last year. I'm pretty sure I did because that took about 3 months um, to heal. So it took a while. He's getting me back for the battery room lockdown. I was like, where is this freaking cat? And then all of a sudden I heard him this morning. I was like, oh my God, poor Clyde. Locked up all night in the battery room. 20 years old. Wow. Wow, that's a long time to have a cat. I think the longest I've ever had a cat was like 16 years. Yeah, so. But I'll tell you what, this guy, he's on my lap now, and so I'm petting him, and he's fine. Um, this is one of the most loving cats, and he loves his attention, which is fine. Bonnie's a little more independent, and then, but like I'll be sleeping, and he'll come up and he'll just want to start to lick my face, and I don't know what that's all about. But not like he's nothing malicious about it. He just likes to lick my nose, especially. But yeah, sure, good boy. You're a good boy. Anyway, but yeah, so that's. But anyway, going back to what we were talking about, with our society and everything that has gone on and the way it's gone on, and it's so galvanized now, which is just sad that left or right, and people just they think you're crazy because you believe what you believe. You think they're crazy because they believe what they believe. But see, I like to go with facts. That's what I like to go with. So yeah, they're both little purr boxes. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Look, so where'd she go? She's still behind me. No, she was gone. Thought she was still behind me. Was she? No, she left. I don't know where she went. They like to sleep up over here in a corner. Oh, I see her over there. Now she's over by the door. But they're fun. Like I said, I like them. I love cats. I will tell you right now, I'm more of a cat person than I am a dog person, and I love the crap out of Hella. It's the brainwashing game with them. Yeah, I guess, JJ. I just, like I said, I just don't understand. Well, again, you go back and you look at history, and history repeats itself. It does, and usually the ones calling the other side Nazis are the ones that are acting like Nazis. They want to censor everything. They want to push their agenda, right? Listen, and I've talked about this before, guys, and I'm just going to make a point here. All right, I know. I say yes. I know. Um, I don't care if you're lesbian. I don't care if you're homosexual. I don't care if you're trans. If you would be preferred to call he or she or whatever, I don't care. I'll do it. Don't make no difference to me because it's no skin off my nose. All right. What two consenting adults do behind closed doors is their own business. Now if it's a dude that is clearly not female and dressed up as a female and has like a 5 o'clock shadow, I might not play into it then. But hey, RC Kev, I had two cats that used to chase each other around my place, several scars, and knocked over bowls of popcorn on Friday. Yeah, well, these two guys, they play like all the time. I mean, they're constantly playing with each other. And Clyde just keeps getting bigger. He's way bigger than her now. But yeah, actually, my scars that I had were just really starting to heal up, but now I'm going to have a new one. So, like I said, I know he didn't do it on purpose. He was just trying to climb up, but it hurt. My favorite one to date, though, was when I didn't have a shirt on and he decided to climb up my back. Yeah, that was a fun one. So, but what do we got? We got 180 people in the chat right now. We got 86 thumbs up. So, again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so, and I do appreciate that. It really makes a big difference with the algorithms, and I do appreciate the support as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. Constantly. Pay attention to me. And Miss Hell is the same way. She wants her attention, period. So, but as you see, they finally labeled Antifa a terrorist group. I did see that, but so I got to discuss that too. I had that discussion also with Steve, and I said, "Did you see they labeled Antifa a terrorist group?" He goes, "Yeah, but Antifa is not a group; they're an idea." I'm like, dude, all you do is parrot what the left says. That's all you do. But he's, no, I don't. Yes, you do. So I just, again, we have really had to, we're going to need to sit down again and just be like, listen, no politics. Don't talk politics. I'll talk to you about anything else. But I don't want to talk politics with him because we are so far apart on our thought process. And his is based on the fact that he just cannot stand Donald Trump. And that's what it comes to. So, and that's fine. I didn't like Joe Biden, Oh, and I love it now. They're like, oh, Trump looks like he's got dementia. Where were all these people when Biden was in there, couldn't finish a sentence and is wandering off and has to be re-guided back and all that stuff? Where were they then saying anything? Oh, no, that because that was their guy and it was okay. It's just, I will be happy. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it sounds terrible, but I'll be happy. 3 more years, Trump's presidency will be done. Second one, he can't be president anymore. And he can ride off into the sunset and retire and do whatever he's going to do and go back to running his businesses or whatever, okay? Because I don't have to hear this crap anymore from anybody. I'm so over it. But there'll be somebody new that they hate, that they think is the next Nazi or whatever it is. I mean, it's not going to change. I mean, that's not going to change. Again, I try to be tolerant. I think a lot of politicians, they're already starting to amp up on JD Vance. I don't know if you saw that or not. Well, look we pulled these old tweets from JD Vance. I'm going to tell you, and I said this to Heather a long time ago, and I know I've talked about this before. I had said to her, she was in college at the time, and she was listening to the liberal nonsense, and she was starting to post a couple things on her on her Facebook page. And I had said to her, I go, at the time, I said, Heather, I go, don't be posting that kind of stuff on your Facebook page. I said, me, I'll post whatever I want because I'm 60 years old and I don't give a crap. Okay. I said, but you got to be careful because of your age. When a potential employer down the road is going to look at what you're posting, if they don't like what you're posting, you're not getting that job. And she was at the time, she's like, oh, are you just saying that because, it's more left leaning? I go, no. I said, it's because they will go and look at your social media. These jobs will. I said, so you have to be really careful for her generation, what they're posting. It's amazing to me. Here's what's amazing to me. So you had the assassin that tried to kill Trump in Pennsylvania, and this guy that just assassinated Charlie Kirk. No social media presence at all? Is that odd to anybody? Right? That they don't have a Facebook account, they don't have Instagram, they don't have none of that. It's almost like their whole profiles online have been scrubbed. Exactly, Robert. Just put it up there. He beat me to it by just a second. They scrubbed them. Wonder why? Wonder why? Obviously the text messages can be pulled and they can see what they're saying in these text messages, when they get a subpoena on the phone. But like I said, I will not advocate anybody to die. I think it's terrible. What's amazing to me is criminals admitting on video that they are a criminal. Right? Yeah. Here's what's amazing to me, Ed. Oh my God. Thank you, JJ. Unbelievable. Here's what's amazing to me, that you're a moron. Thank you. I just all of a sudden so anything you want to say, guys, all cap locks too, it really helps. The morons know that already, so that's why they do that. But man, JJ jumped on that one quick, which was good. Uh oh wow, you're so witty. Thank you. Social credit score coming to the USA. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Hopefully, there's enough people that got some stones left that are going to not let them usher in certain things. That would be my hope. That's my hope. Always been my hope. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of faith in mankind. I do not. So, no, as soon as I started reading it and I got to that part, I was like, oh, here we go. Too convenient. The text messages confirm everything the FBI wanted to charge the target with. Like I said, I already talked about, why would you break the gun down to escape and then put it back together in the woods, then leave it there? That didn't make a lot of sense to me either, Sonia. Like I said, it's just a question. Why would somebody do that? Now, obviously, we're not dealing with a rational individual, but if you're trying to escape an assassination, generally you leave the weapon right where it is at. All right, JJ, there's another one. Would you please take that out? Thank you very much. Just children playing. Just children playing. Thank you, JJ. Yeah, there's too many too many questions. Why is there's always got to be so many questions? You know what I mean? It's is he the one? Is he not the one? You know, there's things etched in bullets that he wrote things in bullets. You know, it's just the whole thing is crazy. He also wore no gloves or anything to cover his face. Yeah, that doesn't it doesn't make any sense. But why would the establishment and whoever the powers to be, the people that are in charge, want Charlie Kirk gone? Because I'll tell you what, I mean, the guy, I could definitely have seen him down the road really getting into politics, and I think he would have done very, very well. I mean, he was articulate. He just, there was so many positive things that this guy was doing. And like I said, the whole, you know, if you're religious, great. If you're not religious, that's your own business too. But it's just people using that a lot in this whole thing. You know, the guy believed what he believed. You got to respect that. I mean, you know, I respect. I've always respected everybody's right to believe what they believe. I don't have to agree with what they believe, and that's like I said again. I didn't like everything that Charlie Kirk said. I didn't agree with everything that Charlie Kirk said, but there was enough that he said, and the way he did it was he didn't try to belittle people. He didn't try to intentionally hurt people, and of course they try to portray him as this horrible person. The rifle he had can't be taken apart like that. Yeah, it was a 30-06, wasn't it? So where was it when he left? He didn't have it in his backpack, if that was the case. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Yeah, there you go. Bigger man prepared. Yeah, that you're right. That's a good statement. He said, "How do we know this is the exact gun used and not a stock photo that someone put out?" You don't. That's the whole thing. With these type of situations, when these type of things happen, um, again, we're never going to get the full truth of it all. You know, you're never going to get the full truth of it. So it's a terrible situation. I think a good man was killed for no reason, and you know it's unfortunate. And so now we play the blame game on both sides. Who's right? Who's wrong? You know, it's like I said, it's just a messed up situation. Yeah, 30-06. That's what I said. That's what we were told with a scope. So yeah, he could take that shot. And again, and even if he was aiming for his head, which he probably was, and the bullet dropped a little, yeah, that could easily get him in the neck like that. So, I mean, he had it planned out as far as an escape route, where he was going to go, and all that type of stuff. And again, because he was young, absolutely blended in as another college kid. So, like I said, just a really unfortunate situation. I don't believe that we will ever know the full truth. There is a theory that it deflected off of his Kevlar vest. I don't think he had a vest on. I don't think he had a vest on, Robert. Yeah, to this day, we still have all the answers to the Kennedy assassination. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. And there's always going to be a cover up. There's always going to be an investigation, and it's being investigated by people that either, if they know what the truth is, the public can't handle the truth, so they cover that up. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, he did wear. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. Yeah, way too many questions. Way too many questions. I think this country's been going downhill ever since Obama. I have said this in the past, and I will say this again. Obama sent race relations back 20 years. 20 years. And that's my opinion. You could say, no, 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 it's not true. And that's perfectly fine. You can think whatever you want. But he was a huge race baiter. Huge race baiter. So, so yeah. Do we have all the answers for Pearl Harbor? Right? Think about that one. You want to go back even further, right? We did not want to be in the war. The United States of America did not want to be in the war. And then, Japan was gearing up and planning on attacking Pearl Harbor. Again, all the aircraft carriers were out to sea that day. Coincidence? You never know. Was it a sacrificial lamb type of an event so that would force us into the war? It worked, didn't it? Because then we got pissed and then we got going. So, I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know. So, follow the money. There you go. Yep. Absolutely, Kim. Absolutely. How's the training going with the pack? Well, I will tell you. So, today, I decided I'm going to let them just run today. I'm just going to let them run, right? They haven't had a chance to just get out as a group. I've had them out individually, but not as a group. So this morning, I just opened the door and let them out, and they're all gone. They were gone. Hella leading the pack. Gone for about an hour. So yeah, so that didn't go well. If I take them out individually, they do much better. They listen much better. I can have Hella out and then like one puppy at a time, and they'll run around a little bit. They're happy. And then I'll go, okay, come on back, and they come right back. I lock that one up. With Caesar and Genghis, I literally have to grab them by the collar and pull them out of the run. Kali and Zeus will come out very willingly, but not the other two. So who knows, But oh, Joe, that's funny. Just kidding. Yeah, no kidding. And when they all did come back, I was dealing with Hella because I saw her face and the mark on her face, and the puppies all took off and went down in the spring. So then I walked down there, and then Hella went in there, and you couldn't see one of them because the water's so deep now because it's low because we hadn't had a lot of rain, but there's obviously still water in there. But that's now pretty deep. They sell tracking collars. Yeah, that might be an idea. But so I walk down there and I'm like, come on. And all of a sudden one head pops up. Then the next head pops up. So they were, that was it. Then they came back and I got them locked up. And so that was the end of that. So now at night, they're really good. I'll keep Hella in the camper, make sure the cats are in the camper, and I'll go out there and I just let them out, and they know they're getting a snack, so they just wait, and I give them their treat, and then they go right in. So, why does it work so well then and not in the morning? Who knows? So, but I'm working with them, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, so. Yeah, it has been warm. I will tell you that right now. It has definitely been warm. When I think from out running around wherever they were warm from that too. So, but I should get like a GoPro or a little helmet for Hella and have her wear this helmet so that I could see what they're doing. What's your plans for them this winter? Can't keep them all in the trailer. The puppies can stay in the wolf's lair, just like they have been. Not a big deal. They were in the wolf's lair for part of last winter, and they were a lot smaller. They're a lot bigger now, so they'll be just fine. Helican would be awesome. Yeah, that would be funny. So, but I mean, they're good dogs. So don't get me wrong; they're very good dogs. But it's just it's irritating because they just want to do what they want to do, and But like I said, if I have them out one at a time with Hella out there, they don't try to run off. They stay close. They'll run around. You've seen it on video. They run around like Kali will run around like a madman. And then I'll be like, okay, come on, let's go back. You've seen it on video. She comes right back. So who knows? But it's supposed to start cooling down next week. I'm ready for fall. I'll tell you what, Sonia, I really am too. So Yeah, right. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for cooler weather. So, did you hear about the tick in West Virginia that has some kind of a disease supposedly biting cattle? I had not heard that, Roy. No, I will tell you this: this year has not. I have not seen a ton of ticks. So, have not seen a ton of ticks. I mean, knock on for Micah as I say that, but yeah, it's not been a bad year as far as that goes. Your current bug out members have contributed a lot of money so far for food, etc. If you let someone new, would they have a buy-in? That would seem fair. No, we don't do a buy-in, Joe. We don't do that. But yeah, one of Bill Gates' ticks. Somebody said it's a good question. But no, like I said, I haven't. We haven't. I think this year I've only pulled like a couple of ticks off the dogs, and I've only seen like two ticks on me this whole year. So I'm very happy about that. So it hasn't really been bad this year. But keeping the grass cut helps, as far as that goes, keeping that down. And now like we're in like super dry times, so but no, it's like this whole week has been like paid actors. What are you talking about? A lot of protesters are paid actors or paid protesters, whatever you want to call them. When you have the same people showing up at different things around the country all the time for their different no snakes. Well, I have a couple smaller snakes. If I pull up, like if I got metal down and I pick it up, there might be a snake under there. But as far as like copperheads, I haven't seen any copperheads. So yeah, crowds for hire, exactly. What do you want to be angry about? And who's funding all that, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about Soros funds a lot of that stuff. Bloomberg's right up there as well, but he's trying to shut down all the coal mines. Bloomberg is, and again, why would you do that? Um, why would you do that? Have everybody reliant on electricity, and then turn a switch and nobody can do anything? It's just like all the new construction. Any new construction in New York does not have propane anymore. If it's a building in like in New York City and stuff like that, it has to be uh, it has to be electric. So I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. It is crazy. So interesting world. I'll tell you what, folks. I just it's not sustainable. Power and control. That's what it always comes down to. Okie Forge. At the end of the day, it's about power and control. But back during the riots, they openly had ads on Craigslist offering rioting jobs. That's wild. Yeah, that's nice. Will there be others in your group be putting up solar at their places? Yes. Yep. There's other people that definitely plan on having solar. Some of them have, like Kim has the fold out solar right now, but they they definitely plan on getting solar systems set up. They need to get solar systems set up. I think that's an important step as well with everything. Having a power source, just even if the power source is to charge up your cell phone, have some lights at night, that type of thing. That's if you have that, then at least you have something. So, ah, that's so good. I love the green tea. Actually, I was elated it was fall. Oh well, I can make it through 2 more days, I guess. Yeah, this first day of fall. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention. But like I said, just the best thing that we can do, any of us, is control what we can control. That's it. That's all we can do. Do the best we can. When the time comes, then you don't react, you act. The more prepared you are, the better your situation is going to be for you and your family. They may call you crazy and all that type of stuff now, but when something goes down, all of a sudden you're the smartest man in the room. So, Monday fall starts. Okay. Yeah, I know. I think that the temperatures are actually going to start coming down. Let me take a look. I'll look real quick. I'll let you know here what this is saying. But we definitely need to get some rain in here. We have not had any real measurable rain. We had that one sprinkle that one day, and I kind of talked to you guys about that. They said it was a 1% chance, and let's see what we got here. Okay, we might get some rain Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, by midweek of next week, the temperatures still in the 50s at night, but then from instead of 80, we're down to like 72, 73 during the day, which to me, that's perfect. That is perfect. So I like low 70s, high 60s during the day because you can get out, you can do stuff, and you're not sweating to death. And then 50s at night. So, but yeah, so that's where we'll do that. All right, we got 194 people in the chat. We got 119 thumbs up. That I got a half inch of rainfall since last June. Wow, yeah, that's not a lot of rain. That is not a lot of rain, Delbert. Um, so if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, it really does make a big difference with the algorithm, so I thank you for that reason. Also, again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Thank you, JJ. Must be one of those days school they must not have homework tonight. So, or mom's out for the evening so they can go on and play games. All right, so we're gonna do egg count. How many eggs today total? Yes or no for Miss Betty White? And how many of the Easter eggers, which we have 3 Easter eggers, how many of them laid? So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses, and I will let you know where we are at. But yeah, it was definitely warm today. I was sweating pretty good today. I will tell you that. Not my favorite thing was when you're just laying there and you're just sweating. That is not fun. All right. So DJ was so close. DJ had the right answer today, but Dale from Ohio beat him out. If you had the same guess as Dale from Ohio with 10 eggs today, yes for Miss Betty White, and all 3 of the Easter eggers also laid today. So, congratulations to Dale in Ohio. You've won absolutely nothing, but you are happy about it. So, there we go. Got to be quicker, DJ. But yeah, they've been doing really well, and I'll tell you the eggs from Betty White, huge. I'm like, how is that little bitty chicken laying those big eggs like that? Her eggs are enormous compared to the other chickens. So, but yeah, they've been laying pretty steady. So, I know I cooked up eggs this morning, and I got a bunch more right here right now that I'm going to hard boil up here in a little while. So, but Betty's taking vitamins. She's working out. Yeah, she's on the juice. See the chicken lifting weights. Uh, no, it's just got 5 eggs today too. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. No, these guys have been really doing well when it comes to laying. They've been doing real well. But good times. Good times. Just trying to take care of business, do what I got to do. Like I said, I've been doing some stocking up on some things. I got more feed for the birds, got more food for the dogs. Am I going to get another rooster? I think what I'm going to end up having, Critter Lover, Jess, is in the spring. I can see some of these girls might get broody. And if they get broody and they have some, babies, then, Delbert said Ed got 20 eggs and 4 of them were Easter eggers. That's cool. Yeah, the Easter eggers are starting to be pretty consistent. They're really starting to be pretty consistent, which that's pretty cool. But I can see that some of these hens might get broody in the spring. And if they do, I'm going to let them. I'm going to let them sit. If they're going to do that, I got no problem with it. Because I definitely, you want to continue to have your flock grow, flourish as the other chickens get older and are not laying as much anymore. You got to have the replacement batch for them. So if they lay, then and eventually, Mr. Lucky there, he's only going to last so long. So, but so we shall see. Okay. There is a channel that I watch. I think they're up in Nova Scotia. Scout. I think it's called Scout. Young couple bought a house on this island. He bought it sight unseen, and getting a lot of single Ukrainian women dating ads. Well, they got to get out of there, and a lot of their men are not around anymore. And so, but this channel is really interesting, and they're fun to watch. They're a younger couple. She's from, I think, Virginia, and they had met, and then he took her back up into Canada, and so they're on this island. It's a good size island, and I'm getting Korean dating ads. That's too funny. But they're learning. They've made a lot of mistakes. Oh, you're talking about during the live stream, JJ. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, okay. I don't know why you would get that ad. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, Sonia. Oh, yeah. Yes, they did. Yep. Well, we're losing whole generations of young people here with the fentanyl and all that. And, so heroin, fentanyl, laced cocaine. It's very sad. Would be cost effective for me to rent a small piece of land and raise chicken, eggs, and other food. It would depend on what you're looking to do. I mean, why rent when you can buy? If you can buy a small piece of land, I would recommend doing that over renting. That would just, because then you have it, then it's yours. And then whatever you do on it, depending on what your codes are, where you're at in the county and all that type of stuff. And that's something, I think it's called Scots. Scots, I think. If you start typing that in, he's got like long hair, super long hair, and but really nice couple, nice couple, and it's a blue house. You'll see, you won't miss it if you see the blue house, and They have like worked this year. They worked on the foundation, getting that more squared away. Built a kitchen addition. Scout Outdoors, yes, there you go. Scout Outdoors. Yep, there's the name of the channel. I highly recommend them. They're fun, nice kids. Um, but one of the things that they had, she was like, they let the chickens free range, right? Well, all of a sudden, then she found clusters of eggs. Um, there's no predators on the island, so there's nothing there killing the chickens. So they had these clusters of eggs up all over the place. And she goes, I was wondering why I wasn't getting so many eggs. But I thought that was funny because, that's what's going to happen. If you're not getting those eggs, they're laying them somewhere, especially if you're letting them free range. They're going to pick a spot and they're going to decide, okay, this is where I'm going to do it. But yeah, check out their channel. Nice young couple. It's definitely somebody I would recommend watching. And they're fun, and to listen to his accent is pretty cool also. So, but what? Yes, she knew she was in trouble when she came back home, but she was naughty. You were naughty. She knows, weren't you? Were you a naughty girl? Yeah, I know. Okay, stop. It never stops. It never stops. Anyway, on the high side, my dog's coats are very nice. I've been brushing the crap out of her lately because the joke is with German Shepherds. German Shepherds only shed twice a year. Each time it lasts for 6 months. That's always my joke that I tell people. But in the fall, she really sheds because she's getting rid of her summer coat and getting that winter coat in there. So I have to brush her a lot more. But yeah, just like I said, just folks, whatever is going to happen is going to happen, and there's not a darn thing that we're going to be able to do about it. To be honest with you, I don't sweat those things. I don't worry about those things because we are not going to be able to do anything about it when the time comes. What we can do, yeah, make another dog. Exactly. Every time I end up brushing her, I got like piles, clumps of hair all over the place. But anyway, control what you can control. Work on what you can work on. Take care of that stuff, and you're going to be in much better shape. Again, remember, 93% of the people out there are not ready for a 2-week disaster, let alone anything longer than that. If you have a month's worth of food, let's just say, and a month's worth of water, what that's going to do for you is buy you time. I would obviously recommend not having it all in the same place. Have some of it hidden. Oh, you're here. Yeah, she's getting a drink. She was getting a drink of water. Now she's licking Clyde. And he's like, what are you doing? No, don't cut. No, don't do. No, down. Stop. But again, be smart. I put myself out here on YouTube. Does that make me a target? Absolutely, yes, it does. Okay. But I've always felt that it was important to share, talk about certain things, and encourage people to help themselves. Because when the time comes, the government is not coming. Hella, will you stop? Go. You do not need to be right up underneath my feet. But I know some not preparing, waiting on stimulus. Yeah, and the thing is, it doesn't take a lot to do a small amount of prepping. It really doesn't. And it adds up fast. And time is going to go by anyway. And when that other shoe drops, it's going to be a nightmare. And people have no idea, and, they can mock and make jokes and make fun of stuff. But there's a lot of us out here that are preparing, that have been preparing. and we're going to be, what they call it, sitting in the catbird seat. So, I I want to be able to try to help people if I can, but I'm not going to short the group or my family to help somebody that's going to die anyway. If you give somebody one meal and they go off, um, they're going to come back and they may be bringing friends. So that's what you got to think about too. How many people can you really truly help? And at some point, they're going to want more and more and more. And you got to think about that too. I mean, it's a terrible reality, but unless they're bringing something to the table to help you, then, like what I would do, okay? Somebody says, well, I'm starving, and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I need. I need that wood stacked over there. And under supervision, if you stack that wood, you know, we're going to give you a meal. That's how you earn a meal. You know, free meals and sitting around on your behind, those days would not be over, or those days would be over in an SHTF situation. You're going to earn it, you know. And if I can have you, Joe Blow off the street, do the grunt work that me or my group members don't want to do, but we would do it if we had to, then why not? And if it costs us a meal to have you do that, then great. So just something to think about. Oh, she's back up here again. All right, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. I hope you all have a great night. Please be safe. Have a good weekend. I will be live streaming on Sunday. So look for me on Sunday, 8 o'clock Sunday night. I will be live streaming, okay? Have a great night, and I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.